Welcome students. This is Sangeeta Jain from St. Joseph Academy, Mariam Nagar, Ghaziabad. Today's topic is reproduction in organism. Class 12th, Biology Part 1. Every individual dies after attaining a certain age. In spite of natural death, large number of plant and animal have been existing for several thousand years. The duration between birth and the natural death of an organism is called its lifespan. Average lifespan of some organism, which is shown here: banana 25 years, banyan tree 300 to 500 years, butterfly 1 to 2 weeks, rice plant 4 months, rose 10 years, Indian parrot 27 years, fruit fly 1 month, tortoise 100 to 150 years. What is reproduction? Reproduction is a biological process by which an organism gives rise to a young one. The young ones are called offspring. These are the basic features of reproduction. Replication of DNA means formation of carbon copy of DNA, synthesis of RNA, more production of RNA, cell division and growth of cell. It increases the number of cell, formation of reproductive units like male or female gamete, ovum and sperm, and formation of new individuals from reproductive units. Now there is a question, what is the purpose of reproduction? We can say that process of reproduction is responsible for the continuity of species generation after generation. And in other words, we can say existence of life on the earth is possible only due to reproduction. Basically, there are two types of reproduction: asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction, the organism or the parent cell divides to give rise to morphologically and genetically identical organisms called clones. However, in sexual reproduction, gametes from the male parent fuses with the gametes from the female parent to form a zygote. Asexual reproduction, in this type, a single parent can produce offspring. It does not involve formation and fusion of gametes. No requirement of special reproductive organs are there, and cell division is mitotic. It is the rapid means of reproduction, and it is commonly seen in unicellular organisms, protista and monera. No doubt, here the cell division itself is the mode of reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs by following ways: binary fission. In this process, the cell divides into halves and each half develops into an adult. And where the parent cell is the most important part, and in amoeba it is irregular, means it may take place along any plane based on the plane of division of the body, and in Paramecium it is transverse in nature. Budding, torulation, In this process, initially a small bud arises on the parent body. The parent nucleus divides and daughter nucleus moves into the bud and then detach and develop into a new mature cell. Example, yeast. Whereas in case of Hydra, the bud arises from the body surface as an outgrowth. It enlarges and develops tentacles, and by these repeated cell division, it makes one bud, and the, these buds develop into tiny individuals, and when fully mature, detach from the parent body and become new independent individuals. Now there is a question: what is the basic difference in budding of yeast and Hydra? In the yeast, the bud originates from a small protuberance on the parent body, while in Hydra, the bud arises due to the repeated mitotic division. Gemmules. An asexually produced mass of undifferentiated cells which are capable of developing into a new organism is termed as gemmule. They are small bud-like cells which are formed by sponges to withstand unfavorable environmental conditions. It can reproduces both by sexual and asexual way. Sporulation or spore formation. Formation of spores by the process of multiple fission which help in unfavorable condition. These spores are surrounded by a cyst wall. There are two types. Zoospores are microscopic, motile, flagellated, produced inside sporangium. These are without resistance covering and are dispersed by swimming. The zoospores are formed naked in zoosporangia in the following manner. The protoplast of the cell contracts to separate from the cell wall. While on the other hand, conidia are non-motile fungal spores produced single or in chain by the constriction of tip of special hyphal branches called conidiophore. These are dispersed by wind. These are formed in Paramecium, and Paramecium is recognized by its brush-like spore-bearing structures. The non-motile and non-flagellated spores are produced in dry chains from the tips, with the youngest spore at the base of the chain, and are nearly always green. In higher plants, asexual reproduction, commonly known as vegetative propagation. It takes place through vegetative propagules. It is the formation of new plant from vegetative parts of the plant like root, stem, leaf, or bud. The units of vegetative propagation such as runner, sucker, rhizome, tuber, bulb, etc. give rise to new plants. Vegetative propagation is found in several aquatic and terrestrial species of angiosperm. Runner. In this type of vegetative propagation, the Subaerial stem grows along the surface of the soil. Its node bears scaly leaves with auxiliary buds. When new plants are established, the runner decays. Sucker. In pineapple, the subaerial stem are known as suckers. It arises close to the ground and it travels underground for short distance and comes out to give rise to a new plant. Offset. Ecornia, the water hyacinth, it grows in all directions from the parent stem. Water hyacinth is one of the fastest growing seed found in standing water of ponds and lakes. It floats in water with the help of spongy and inflated petiole of leaves. Once it starts growing, its eradication becomes very difficult. It was introduced in India for its broad and attractive leaves and showy flowers. The luxurious growth of water hyacinth makes water oxygen deficient and fishes start dying for want of oxygen. It is also known as terror of Bengal. Tuber, vegetative propagation by stem. They are underground stems and they store food and have auxiliary buds in the axils of scale leaves and represented by eyes. On nodes, which are represented by eye, each bud may grow into a new plant in the next growing season. Rhizome, example ginger. It is a horizontally growing underground stem with stored food and it bears scale leaves and adventitious roots and auxiliary buds. The buds grow into aerial shoots during favorable conditions. Bulb, example onion. They are condensed underground stem and have disc-like stem with fleshy storage leaves and terminal bud grows into new shoot. When these leaves grows, new type of species, new bulb, new plant arises. Leaf bud, example bryophyllum. It bears adventitious buds in the margin of leaves. When these leaves fall on moist soil, each bud germinates into new plant. When fall on moist soil, each bud germinate into an independent plant. Bulbils, agave. They occur on the inflorescence and grow into new plants. These are very special fleshy floral buds and name is bulbils. In a nutshell, we can say vegetative propagation is a cheaper, rapid and convenient method of growing plants, and desirable characters of roots, fruits and flowers can be maintained in plants. They have exact qualities of the parent plant. There are few disadvantages also. that it does not produce any new variety and plants lose vigor or quality when grown repeatedly because these are genetically alike. Hence, they are susceptible to the same disease. Now, students, there is a assignment questions based on the today's topic, and second part of reproduction in organism chapter 1 will be uploaded shortly. Thank you.